Absolutely. Oh, he identified a market and he working on it.
It was like fun.
But now you can even get the let you. So I started being with like that. A bunch of quotes from Burns.
See, you got them aspects of that. That's true. But when you watch it out of the studio, you know, some parts slow as fuck. You start to kind of start seeing a little subtle little shit. And that'd be another thing too. I was talking to somebody. I was like, I don't know if the Clay nigga like a good guy or like a real fuck. Welcome back to another episode of the Supper Club. I am your host, Chris Allen, and today we have a star-studded cast, some Memphis legends in the making, you know what I'm saying, at the table. One of my homeboys, we just gonna get the introductions out the way first because everybody fired up about the subject matter, you know what I'm saying? So, but first homeboys, man, somebody who helped me get started in the whole media situation altogether, you know what I'm saying? Empress, man, one of the kings of Wakanda, man, one of the kings of Memphis, you know what I'm saying? All around, just straight up, just activist, rapper, poet, actor. What else can I say about the man? It's Twan motherfucking G, man. What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Twan G. He actually has a radio show too. That's the Baby Radio Show. You all are coming back on June the 20th.
Every third Wednesday. Be in now.
Alright, so to his left.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I need to introduce him, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the best, if not the best, poet in the city of Memphis.
Yeah, I heard.
Dude that been doing it for a really, really long time. Been knowing him since middle school.
Yeah.
They call him King Dre, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, stretch back. Let me see your t-shirt, man. Let me see your t-shirt, man. Stretch it back, man.
Yeah, now.
Car shit, man.
And he also has a show.
What nigga bold enough to wear his own face on a shirt?
He also has a show coming up on June the 4th, if I'm not mistaken.
Chuckles is opening his doors to poetry June the 4th.
Alright.
That.
Alright, and next to him, beauty shop owner, young lady, just a queen, you know what I mean? And she's also related to me, so y'all niggas don't be looking too hard, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Brittany Hampton, you know what I'm saying? Give a shout out to your salon. What's the name of your salon?
Sure Perfection.
Sure Perfection. You know what I'm saying? So next to her, Miss Christina.
Hello.
Alright. And next to her is next to her is Darren.
Nice to meet you.
Alright. And my co-host, as y'all know, let me stretch back. Tara Brown.
Now.
Alright. So, subject was brought to me. Do nice guys or girls finish last? Or why do they finish last? Chopped it up with Twan, chopped it up with a couple other people. First thing I want to do is play a little game of word association with you guys. We can go right to left, left to right, whoever want to go first. When you hear the word nice guy or nice girl, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Anybody, nobody? Alright. Timid?
Cavalier.
What was that?
Cavalier. Shy.
Passive. Definitely.
Passive. I would say honest. I think honest when I think of nice guys.
I'm gonna say green.
I like it.
I'll say sweet. Sweetheart. Yeah.
Define sweetheart.
Sweet. Just easygoing, sweet. Give you the world type guy. Sweet.
I want to say selfless, but I'm gonna say sucker. I prefer sucker over
The two could be one and the same.
They could be one and the same. Selfless would be the nice way of saying you really a sucker.
Yeah, I'm looking for a word. Don't play this shit. Like they, you know, they hard get broke. They go from 0 to 100.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
One thing that I'm kind of, surprised that I didn't hear, but that I've heard from other people, when they hear nice guy, they think lame.
I dodged it.
You know. It's all right to say that.
I used to.
I dodged it because I'm
As
nice.
I got older, I realized it's not about being lame. It's just, I guess for me, I like a balance. You know, I like them to be nice, but I also want that edge, because I'm not going to act right with a guy who just going to be a yes man.
Define edge.
Yes, man.
Girl, sit your ass down. And then come back later and be like, I'm sorry.
So a take charge type of guy.
Yes.
You can't run over.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Right.
yes.
So I'm about to tell my age. I was watching Arsenio Hall. So it was probably elementary school. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was probably elementary school. MC Light was on Arsenio Hall. And I remember being afraid. Being afraid.
Okay.
MC Light and the song Roughneck by Salt Pepper made me very fearful of dating because I was neither of the things that these people saw. I listened to lyrics in Roughneck. I saw who was in Roughneck that was from Hip Hop Hooray. Tretch. So I'm looking at Tretch, rough, edgy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's a rough. No, I'm skinny, big ass head, look like. Then I saw the MC Light interview with Arsenio Hall. I think he asked her like about the type of dude, you know, she wanted. And now we know this is MC Light, so she has a harder exterior. And she said she can't do no nice guy. I'm probably 10, 11 years old, and I remember thinking I would never get a woman, at least a black woman. Because if by MC Light standards, I can't deal with a nice guy, I need a man to put me in my place. I didn't understand that, and I felt like because I was so nice, I was so accommodating. At 10 years old, I knew this. I didn't ever think I'd get a girlfriend, and I struggled in my younger years.
And that was something I actually thought about earlier today. When you have somebody who's in their development, and let's say he played the nice guy role, you know, and he was actually being nice, but somebody took advantage of him, right? Like just all the time just asking, could you do this for me, could you do that for me, and never really got anything in return. He wasn't asking for anything in return. He's a nice guy, but at the same time he was at her beck and call. But at some point he gonna see her with some dude who ain't did half the shit he did. So it's like I was like, man, could she have scarred him and not really known it, or wouldn't say that it was her fault?
Right.
Cause I'm like, every villain got a backstory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I mean, okay.
What's the name? Magneto.
Thank you. I was telling him earlier. I said Magneto was straight. He was square until they came for him. They found out he was a mutant, and they killed his wife and they killed his child. After that,
They killed his mom too. Then.
I don't know. They killed his mom.
Yeah, they killed-
I think
his whole family.
when he was young, they killed his mom.
I'm nice and I do these things for you, so that entitles me to X, Y, and Z. I eat some pussy. You know what I mean? So that was kind of what it mostly came down to. Or it was like the guy will be whining and shit like that because the guy be like, well, I'm a nice guy, so I'm supposed to have a good-looking woman, and you know, and I have a job. I've never been to jail, and so these things I'm supposed to have good things come to me. You know, but that was the video. That was like her definition of it when she was
But see,
saying.
that's the thing. Everybody has a different definition of what nice is.
Exactly.
Right?
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because for me, opening doors, that's not being nice. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
From,
it's
that's
chivalry,
in my
right.
mind.
Yeah,
As a man, you're supposed to open doors, you know, and be a gentleman.
And hold an umbrella when you get
But there are certain things that we do, I guess, out of consideration for that opposite person that you would consider nice because that's just how you feel for them.
Right.
You know, I love them. Well, a text, I love you, just out the blue.
Or thinking about you.
Yes. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to, but you do it because they came across your mind, and I want to let you know that.
But that's consideration though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But she said everybody has their own version.
yeah.
So for the women in the room, what is a turn on and a turn off to a nice guy, whatever you all's definitions of nice is?
Are you wanting an exact definition or just an example?
I want your womanly, personal, truthful.
A turn off for a nice guy would be, and I've had this experience before. A turn off for a nice guy is, I'm gonna do this for you, and like my uncle was saying, he is expecting something back in return, and he's not genuinely. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that.
No.
He said related.
and you know, he's not genuinely doing it because he's a nice person. He's doing it because he's wanting something back.
But that's
in
not
return.
nice. That's
not
game.
nice.
That's game.
But you have a lot of
That's
guys
described.
that put that image on. I'm a nice guy,
Yeah, I heard
and they use that nice guy image because they're expecting, you know, women to act a certain way when they think they have a nice woman, and they expect things to be given to them. You know.
Tara?
From my experience, I think what would turn me off about a nice guy is, and I think we can't just, it's this box that we're putting nice in.
Right.
It's these other little things around. Because I met nice guys that were super clingy or super like intense and just whatever. And I probably would have rolled. We probably could have went a lot further, but
He wouldn't allow you to be your
yeah, I don't know if his experience.
A lot of nice girls.
Yeah, and a lot of people, you know, of course you come in a situation with insecurities and whatever you deal with. So I think that if I'm gonna give one word, it would be a person that's nice that doesn't have
Friend zone
boundaries.
was like the end zone. I'll be the winningest football player. I promise you, I can't tell you the number of times.
They go to Dre
I
dance.
But you wanna know why? Because
What?
you're a poet, and I guess
They
that's
put them in.
the
Well, I'm-
stigma
but I'm
that they
telling-
have about poets. Oh,
So,
they this
so
and
I
that, but-
researched this. So I researched this shit. Now that I'm 30, I mean, this is things that I've been dealing with since John B. Franklin. You know, finest that I wanted. Oh, you gonna be my homeboy? Okay, cool.
So,
now
so the friend zone.
I'm the king of the friends.
Nice
But-
guy.
but-
Now you've adapted, right?
Well, I think, but it's really science and it's really chemistry. Think about it. So when I research this shit,
Are you finna hit me with some pheromone type shit?
I am.
Go ahead.
It's
So
real.
It's real.
you wonder why the jock or the
After we
bully
get to that, I
or the
wanna know
athlete
why.
or the star, whatever player on the most athletic team, tall, big, muscular, is because his testosterone levels are higher. His pheromone levels are higher, which makes you
Innately.
more attracted to him chemically.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be more attracted to him physically because of his testosterone pheromone levels. I guess in my development as a younger man, I was a slow, whatever.
Testosterone.
Developer. I was a late bloomer. I was a late bloomer.
That's real
Yeah.
shit.
So because I'm a young, I was small in stature. I wrote poems. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I gave off more features of your female friends than
You couldn't
So
look
I was looked at as the male homeboy. So I got friends out
Yeah,
there.
but say
So
that.
you couldn't protect her. You couldn't.
I can so right. So the protective instincts were not there, and my seed probably wasn't as strong because women go to men who have strong seed.
But what
And
about
it's
the
through a
king?
scent.
What
It's
about
through a scent and the
They just
pheromones
give out
come
the
out.
strong.
I didn't. I'm we're really
It's
animals.
just like you might be at a football game or something, and start running back and just got through
So
running.
you got me in the star running back.
Hold up. But hold up. This nigga that just got through running 200 goddamn yards and all this shit.
And I wrote a poem in the bleachers.
And when he come, and hold up, on top of that, he come out the field and shit. She get this nigga a hug. Like this nigga swing like a motherfucker. You gonna get this nigga a hug? The hormones, she want to be
Hey,
considered.
but y'all subject.
one question.
But your ass got more draws with that shit than the average dude.
Your motherfucker didn't know though. You just would have been low.
But I'm just saying, but in
I
high
got a
school.
question. That ain't a problem for you now, right?
Show on.
So let me get to that.
That's like something for you, right?
So younger high school, early 2000s, Andre. My struggles at that time were because of those issues. I have the greatest self-concept now. I'm okay with being who I wasn't okay then because I wasn't chosen. Now,
So what changed?
right. So now let's change the narrative.
People's
Of,
perception.
let's change the narrative of the
That's what
statement.
changed.
But let's change the narrative of the
I
whole
want
statement.
you to speak on that.
So we can read this as listen, 20 seconds, goddamn. So we can read this as nice guys finish last. And y'all know the power of punctuation. It's powerful. Nice guys finish last is one statement. If we add a conjunction and a semicolon, nice guys finish semicolon because they last. What a star person at now? What an athlete at now? What a big nigga at now?
He got a knee.
Right here?
He got a knee injury.
I'm just saying,
Right.
you know, because he had, those are his attributes, those are his strengths 15, 20 years ago.
That was cold.
Now, because I've lasted, I've grown comfortable with who I am, I'm unapologetic with who I am, and I protect my energy now. I gave it away willingly and recklessly when I was younger because I know I'm nice. Now I know I'm nice, and Andre, you need to do things to protect that. Everybody doesn't deserve
Before
that.
it corrupted you.
So I'm saying, so now I'm grown, I know who the fuck I
Your
am.
confidence is high.
You said something about Drake, and you said you saw the switch between because all of us
the
have seen
perception.
switch.
Everything is about perception. So I guess as he got older, other people, their minds start to change as well. They start growing up and realizing it's the perception of what makes you look at a person and be like, oh well, they too goody for me or something like that. Because I was looked like that, you know, through high school because of my size. the perception was I was a lame and goody and wouldn't get in trouble. But I would admit my mind focus was a little bit different. I was my confidence, and that's one thing that exudes. That exudes. If you're not confident with yourself, other people see that.
Right.
And my confidence was not like that because I was a bigger girl. But as I got a little bit older, and I realized that I really don't care what you think of me. This is who I am, and I know I'm beautiful whether I'm small or big.
Right.
And so with you, I think you grew into yourself, and it showed.
I grew up big.
And honestly,
And that's
being a
what
friend ain't the baddest thing because they gonna run to you before they run to anybody else.
Why, after so long?
Yeah, probably back in the day it wasn't.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't. But that you're talking about teenage mind frames, and they're still on that level. So you get older and you start to realize things, and you're like, maybe this guy who likes poetry is a little bit better for me than this other guy who just like this
Because
rap.
what I have now,
This rapper,
That's what I'm talking
yes.
about.
He's more in tune with my sensitive side. So.
What you gonna say, my guy?
I think with regard to pheromones, it's not just limited by physical attributes. It is about energy, mindset, having confidence in oneself. Because sometimes when you're so nice and clingy, what it communicates is like weakness and desperate. Like, please don't leave me, I'll do whatever.
Definitely.
And that's unattractive. But whether you develop it with your own self-image or you develop it with experience, was like, if you go, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
But I like you here. People automatically treat you different because that's a fact.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can't fake that. You have to genuinely get to that point.
Yeah.
And it ends up showing up in some of the same characteristics that were talked about with the word association, like when him saying being timid, and other people saying like not assertive and stuff like that. It's like, it's funny how you can have one attribute or one characteristic and it displays so many others, or it's like it's the main characteristic of all these sub characteristics. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're timid, so that means you're not confident, you're afraid, you're this, you're that.
My issue with him was I was still trying to get over a breakup, so I was technically still in love with someone else, but I cared about him, and we, I guess you can say, were acting as a couple, all spending time with each other all the time. He wanted the label, and I felt that it wasn't fair for me to tell him that we would be together if I still had feelings for someone else.
And that's real shit.
So
That's a good time.
what turned me off from him was the fact that here I am, a woman who's letting you know that I'm not trying to play with your emotions and continue. I'm letting you know how I feel. However, I'm here with you. You get what I'm saying? Something that I've had plenty of guys do to me.
Right.
I
It only
couldn't
works for
understand.
It only works for women.
Yeah, I couldn't understand how he couldn't get that, and so that was a turn off for me. So, like I said, he was a nice guy, but
Said a word. No, I'm talking about what you just said. Because we cannot talk about nice guys and finishing last and all of that without talking about double standards. Because what I love that he just said that's true, but it's fucked up. He said it only works for women.
yeah, it does.
You said you had plenty of guys do that to you,
Mhm.
but the second you turned around and tried to be real and say,
But I was honest with him. I didn't keep leading him on.
right, it wasn't acceptable.
Mm-mm.
You said
He got so mad that he got on.
That's another
It
topic.
turned you off. He didn't want to be played with.
Say that again.
It turned off. He didn't want to be played with.
But I wasn't trying to play with him. I let him know.
No, I don't want to do all the relationship
But see,
shit and not be in a relationship.
But whatever the nice.
But y'all want us to do it?
But
No, we ain't talking about that. We talking
But I'm
about
not telling him I'm gonna stop the thing.
Because I don't. No, right now,
I just need to check my feelings and my emotions before I sit here and say I am your woman.
No. You cool with that. I'm saying he didn't want that.
And that's real shit. I had a woman tell
So
me that.
how did they
She
show you
told
that somebody
me,
didn't want
bruh, the woman.
I don't want you halfway. I want to hold you. And you said men have constantly did it to you. So in this, remember this is scenario when I say
The difference is they didn't tell me that.
No, it's not a difference. Listen, this is you have two types of mentality. I ain't gonna do the long go real quick. You in a race, right? You running in a race. You running. You fall. Everybody pass by you. You get back up. You start running. Now you run in the race. You see somebody else that failed. You got two decisions. You either help them or you can keep running. You can either put yourself in their position and think of how you felt when you were on the ground, or you can think of how other motherfuckers felt they were running. You, instead of you feeling how you felt at the time when people were doing to you, you felt the other way.
You kept running.
Right.
No, he ain't want to play.
That did hurt a little bit. That hurt a little bit.
You want to play.
And it's also
You thinking you was real, but you won't worry about how real he was being too. Both y'all being real.
What college you teaching at, bro?
but no, even with that, like even
Both
with
y'all being real. It
even
was a
with-
shot to you though. Just want to let them know.
even with that, like when you go to that, and not to take nothing away from what Tara's point was, but even when you go
Yeah,
with
because I
that,
was going somewhere separate.
even if you go with that, and then let's say you attach the double standard label to it, it's still like, well, okay, you want me to profess and proclaim and all that shit. He like, I did that. That's what I'm doing with you. You don't want that. Okay.
Man,
Damn. What
it's
about
fair.
Let me tell you what he did. He in turn got mad, got on Facebook and broadcasted everything but his
That's whole shit. Now, see,
You see what I'm saying?
That's why
I
I
came
got
to
you
you
going.
and explained to you why I would not give you that label.
To my
And it's the
point.
same
That's not a nice
reason.
guy. That's not a
And
nice
that's why I
guy.
said he ended up being an asshole.
1 second time out. All right. What we're not gonna do is elevate over the next
I'm
person when
sorry.
you have a point. What we want to
Was
do.
she at the point?
Hold
No, I was gonna ask her the next question,
I
because
got
that was gonna be the only thing that would have trumped my comment. How did he react to it? Was he just like, nah, I don't want to?
But I-
or did he be like, stupid ass bitch?
But I-
You know what I'm
So
saying?
what was the reaction? What was the
He
reaction?
got on Facebook and posted
He did
advertised
fuck
with you. Yeah,
advertised everything but his dick size.
I don't fuck with
And
you.
I felt I was kind of betrayed back because I was like, because I didn't tell you what you want to hear, you basically are seeking something else from someone else, and I'm doing everything you're broadcasting on here. So you know,
Give the title.
I just don't like the
thank
podcast.
you.
It hurts.
But it put me in a perspective of how a female.
So why you
It's like you understand what I'm saying? Like
he wants some
it's
sort of
like the
validation.
road.
If he couldn't get the validation of a title from you, he was gonna get the validation from Facebook people
As
to
a
say
fucking
that
victim.
you're the one. Right.
Yeah,
That's
right.
If it's your
That's when he
house,
went
you
to-
don't have
Go ahead, hold on. Let's give it to Dre and Darren. I'm right with you.
Alright.
Cause see,
Making my point.
cause see, I think the nice guy title has an expiration date.
Yeah.
Or expiration time.
Oh, in terms of
I
dealing
think
with
it-
the person or age.
I think
or,
in life, I think if you're a 35-year-old nice guy, you a sucker.
Alright, wait a minute.
No, but I think after
I disagree.
Hold on,
I feel like
Okay,
Define sucker.
if you are courting and dating, and let's go to Houston's and buying flowers and Christmas gifts and Valentine's, and I got your kids something,
And it ain't going
and XYZ, and it's not going anywhere, and you know explicitly and clearly that this woman does not like you, and you still trying to purchase and buy and coerce yourself into some shit that you know that other person
Right.
don't want. Nigga, you ain't nice.
you weak.
You're not being nice.
self-sabotage.
You gonna turn into that guy.
You a fuck ass nigga.
He gonna think
I
you old
think
something.
now as a young guy,
You a
to my
push-up.
man's
You
point who
know.
said you either by naive or you hadn't developed the emotional maturity to handle what you are. I think at post 30, you should have a good enough
Yeah.
self-concept to know, yo, I'm nice, I like you,
But-
I'm gonna attempt to court you. Those first 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 attempts didn't work.
You
in my
ought to
favor.
have like a little.
Yeah,
have
have
a
a
play.
tell, nigga, you a sucker.
Right.
Cause you know she
hold
don't
on.
like you. Because she gonna
Wait.
take something less from another guy. You'll take his attention, and that's enough for you to give you butterflies in your stomach. I done sent flowers, Houston's, cards, edible arrangements, massages from Massage Envy and shit, and you tell me thank you. So at that point, it's not you, it's that guy.
But see, a real nigga wouldn't even be doing this shit.
That's why you're a
anyway.
sucker.
Well, hold on. Let's go to Darren.
That's why I call
Darren,
you
you
a
had a point?
sucker.
You talking from someone outside the fight watching.
Okay.
When a person's inside the fight,
Post 30?
everybody don't. It doesn't matter what age. Now,
Post 30?
I had a sister that was like 37, 38, high executive at Regions Banking, going back and forth with some dude, and the dude had called her and said directly to her, "I don't want it to be any mix. I don't want it to be any misconfusion. Where I am is where I'm going to stay. I don't want the line." She asked me, she said, "What does this mean?" because when the heart wants something,
Down here, then.
you can be so hopeful that you will keep fighting past.
You
But
be
you
hard.
can't
be hard.
advance somebody else's.
But
You can't give that responsibility to somebody. I can't give her the responsibility to care for my heart.
But she didn't know that.
She should know that.
Hold on, let's go.
And so it's her
Hold
fault.
on, let's
Not
go.
his.
Let's
He
go.
told her.
Let's go to 1 second
He
time.
told her.
Let's go to 1 second time out. We're gonna call somebody to the carpet. Dre, I'm not gonna interrogate you. I just have questions. We've got fans. We have people who tune in and they remember other situations and other.
Cause you know I'm fucked up.
So,
Quit saying that.
hold on. Everyone,
Okay.
everyone, we need to have a one-on-one.
Okay.
And people who were there at the time can weigh in. We have Yada that was there. We have Tara that was there. But no one else can speak at this moment.
Right.
Dre, did you not pretty much have a heart-to-heart with the panel that we had?
With the world.
With the world, with the city, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
About a situation that you were in not no more than maybe 2 months, month and a half ago.
That's it.
Whereas, not to say that your man who was being stripped in any way, but it's like, you know, you were playing the role of someone who you weren't in control of the situation. Can I say that?
Absolutely.
So it was a situation where you were very vulnerable. And you were gonna make life-altering decisions
Absolutely.
based on someone else imposing their thought process on you.
So,
Am I right or wrong?
and based off everything that we've said so far in this conversation,
Right.
what category, based off the premise that he just explained,
Ooh, why you?
what category would you put yourself in?
It's the real split or the mirror.
What are the categories?
What you have been in the situation that you're about to speak on that Chris said that you exposed yourself to in previous conversations,
Yeah.
previous filmings.
Yeah.
Based off tonight's episode, were you a sucker?
You ain't want some. You ain't want dramatic enough. You ain't want dramatic enough.
want to be the asshole.
Would you characterize yourself in that moment?
From the very detective.
I know. I
want there. I want there.
If we were in relationship jail, all right. But nah, but where would you say?
Yeah, Gabriel.
Like Justin said, what would you categorize yourself at the time for compromising so much? That was a big compromise.
All is fair in love.
Can we know what it was? The word.
Hold on.
I can only be candid. So I had an opportunity to move to DC to be with somebody who I do and did believe genuinely loves me.
Okay.
The compromise was that because I've lost so much in my past, tangible things, I've lost homes, cars, jobs, my fucking mind. I know those types of losses. And the conditions that I would have moved to DC in could have potentially caused me to suffer that type of loss again. So my fear of losing like that kept me, my fear of losing was greater than my love of her. And that's what kept me from moving to DC.
And that's
Permission to ban to the witness.
So in hindsight,
He slowed it down.
so now that I'm beyond the move, I signed a lease to be here in the city. Reflecting, I just had a conversation with her yesterday. Now her fear of reconciling and trying again is greater than her love and her desire to pursue a relationship with me moving forward.
Sir, the court would not be swayed by your changing of diction and pitch. We won't be swayed by that, all right?
I'm just telling you where I'm at. So moving forward, what I'm trying to convey to this person is,
Sir, we will not be moved by your hand positioning, sir. None of that. Your poetry tricks will not work here, sir. This is the supper club. We have standards here. I understand that you were very honest in the beginning. Don't you rebuttal. Don't you rebuttal,
I'm not
sir.
rebutting.
Not yet.
where I am is,
You are talking a 20-second timeout. Camera, which one am I?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you were about, when we spoke on camera, so.
and we spoke outside.
I've had people say they want to be on this show. You're not going to be transparent. No, you got to hold your mute. I'm going to say this in the camera. Hold on, I'm going to say this in the camera. Sir, 20-second timeout. I'm going to say this to anybody who want
$5 out the fee.
Anybody who want to be on the show.
What's up, $5?
Anybody who want to be on the show. It's cool to say you want to be on there. And I got people I'm considering, and I appreciate everything. If you're not going to be transparent, if you're not going to be honest, you might not want to come. Because we're going to hold you accountable. Not just me, But the other people who are here, the vibe is honest. You know what I'm saying?
I'm his
And you don't want to deal with justice. Trust me, you don't want to deal with justice.
I said justice.
I know, but you don't want to deal with justice.
I'm agreeing with him right
Hold
now.
on, before we go.
My client was not notified that the conversation held in private will be used openly. Actually, you was. Actually removed from the record.
I agree, but hold on, and I agree with that. And I did. He decided to bring that up, not me. Your client brought that up, not me. But as I was saying, I don't want to make this a witch hunt on.
Yeah, we gotta get back to the.
Because we're gonna get back to the topic. We're gonna do editing and post and things like that. But at the same time, you know, you put yourself in a position where you describe where you were in life, just as you did today. Is you're the best place you feel like you were as an artist. You had the best job you ever had. You're making the most money you ever had. And me and you've had other conversations about another show that I want to do, as far as, you know, your educational background, things you did professionally at one point, and what happened with that. But now you have rebounded like a motherfucker. You should be commended for that. But were you not willing to compromise the downfall you took and what it took to bring yourself back for another person?
I really want you to give me 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
60 seconds.
60 seconds.
The homies deserve at least 120 seconds.
Yeah, he working over there.
Give me 90 seconds. So, I've never been in this place in my life before. My money good. I've been writing poems since I was in the 3rd grade. People love my poems. They got a show at Chuckles. I'm doing a show at Hype. I might get another show. I just performed in front of Jesse Jackson at the MLK 50. You know what I mean? I went from doing this shit for free my whole life. We give you $500. I made $900 in my solo show. I might make $2,000 next week at Chuckles for poetry.
Do your thing.
I'm building a brand. I'm starting a t-shirt company. My base is here. My fan base is here in the city. People will support me and say, hey, Dre, I'll buy a t-shirt. I know your brand. I know what you stand for. I'm going to support that. It's important that I continue to feed and nurture that base.
You have 45 seconds.
Okay, cool. That's fine. So, what I'm trying to, I love this woman. We finish each other's sentences. If I've ever felt like it was a person that was a female me, it's her. I don't see my life in the future without her. Everything I'm doing in my life right now is for her. I told her, I don't want to come half-assed. I can't quit my job and be a half-assed nigga and become a liability to you in your house. And then at that point, you look at me like, hey nigga, you ain't over here in the deal. What the fuck are we doing? We've only dated long distance. So I'm coming on an experiment. Because I've lost, I've experienced foreclosure, I've experienced repossession, I've experienced all these things.